Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rundown, hosted by your boy. You guys know who I am. And before we even get started, guys, disclaimer. First of all, I do not know anybody in this video, and I'm only giving my opinion. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commentary, news reports, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So again, I do not know these people. Everything in this video is all alleged. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's have a conversation about public offender. My wife is a big fan. She loved the show. He's basically another version of the simp God, which is fine, right? That's perfectly fine. But I saw public offender dropped a video with these guys up here. Someone that he knows now is, I can't say his name, but Team Portugal. That's what we call them. Team Portugal. Now, I saw that Team Portugal brought in the white baby mama lover. What's his name? Cooley, right? And I guess they was talking about being in love with teenagers and finding teenagers attractive. Now you see what public offender don't know is we already got hours upon hours of footage of Team Portugal saying that he will have sex with a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old. All minors, all underage. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
So Jonathan all of a sudden brings 12-year-olds because he's a dumbass, right?
That's
He's
not dumb. No, he's not dumb. First of all, nigga make more money than you. I mean, not to call him the N-word, but dude make more money. Nah, bro. You can't just hold the conversation. First of all, I wanted to ask Sherelle a question. This ain't your panel. This Sherelle panel now.
Hey, Lee, he's going to last 30 seconds. They're not going to more than that because
talk about something that's not here.
I'm going to answer
for you to come here before I address you.
The second is fine. I'm going to answer sarcastically, and then I'm going to make a joke about it. So let's see. Jonathan asks.
So this is the question, because Aaron knows going to read it differently, right? The question is, so if the legal age of consent was 12-year-old, would you weirdos be fucking a 12-year-old children too? You damn predators. Aaron is going to say it completely different. And then Fatty's going to claim, Team Portugal is going to claim to make a joke about it, but who jokes about fucking 12-year-old girls? Okay.
This is a good question.
No, that is a good question.
This question is for you, Fatty. Yeah. If the legal age of consent was 12,
yes, they would.
In a 12-year-old.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, they would.
This question is for you, Fatty. If the legal age of consent was 12,
yes, they would.
In a 12-year-old.
Absolutely.
Legal age of consent was 12.
Yes, they would.
In a 12-year-old.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Jonathan.
Yo, Lindsay.
So where's the joke at, Fatty? You said absolutely. And this is what we're saying, right? Now we can get to public offender, right? Because I'm gonna let this clip play a little bit more. But I want to show you guys this because they always say, well, Darrel is a demon, but really they just couldn't handle me. So they all just, they jumped up and did a little ostracized situation. And now they all fucking losing. Why? Because they didn't want to be exposed for liking children. Let's keep going.
Was legal too at one point.
No, one second, because
y'all gonna be this all thrown in jail.
Absolutely.
This is a good question.
No, that is a good question.
This question is for you, Fatty. Yeah. If the legal age of consent was 12,
yes, they would.
In a 12-year-old.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Jonathan.
Yo, Lindsay, slavery was legal too at one point.
No, one second, because
y'all gonna be this all thrown in jail.
Jonathan,
they gonna take me down with you, bro.
Hey, Lee, they're gonna be knocking at the Lee. They're not gonna be knocking at the door in the morning.
Yo, for real. Go ahead, Fatty.
I'm telling you, Jonathan is a law-abiding citizen that throughout this month that I know him, always, you have to obey the law. You have to obey the law. You have to obey the law. If the law is there, he has to follow through.
No, the law don't say you have to date somebody 12.
Man, the law is still, do you guys understand that, for example, in the United States,
these niggas are trying to say, because you can see I'm right there at the bottom. I was right there when Fatty was having this conversation. Right here. Right below Black Dawn. I'm sitting back thinking, this nigga just talking about something. Well, Jonathan says that the black people are trash because they don't obey the law. But the law don't say you have to be with a 12-year-old, nigga. See, Claudio or Team Portugal was trying to say, well, in states where it's legal, I'm not committing any crime. But in the eyes of the men, you are, bro. And the only thing I want to do is show y'all the proof that these men like children. Let's go.
You can eat hamburgers all you want, but if you do that shit and you eat a cow in India, you are going to be arrested. Or if you go to Arabia Saudita or Saudi Arabia and you are eating bacon in front of them, that you are going to jail. For them, that shit is nasty as fuck. But you know what they're doing? They're marrying at 12. Like 20-year-olds with 12-year-olds.
20-year-old with 12-year-olds is crazy. Team Portugal. You a demon for even saying that shit. Right? Now, again, because this is for a public offender, let's go to his video. All right? Let's go to his video so I can make sure. Here we go. Panel full of men openly admit to liking children. See, only thing you got to do is get in touch with me. And don't worry about it, public. I'm going to get in touch with you. You don't even got to find me. Give me a day or two. By Monday, I'll be inside your Gmail. Don't worry about it. We have a nice long conversation, and I'll send you all the links you need to make your point. From Fatty saying that he loved children to Ali saying that he wanted his baby mama to get rid of the only child that he has. Right? But in this one, you got them hanging around other men saying that it's okay to, to sleep with teenagers. Now, I'm going to speed it up a little bit because I don't want to hear this white girl got to say, but I want to hear it at the same time. So let's go.
Like the men can't help it at this point, but they will gaslight me no matter what when I say the things that are just unequivocally true about me. I'm on a panel full of men the other day, right? Yesterday. And they started talking about like the intrinsic value of men and women or the value of men and women. And I was just pointing out that men don't really have much intrinsic value because we strip ourselves of our intrinsic value. And we
This is the same conversation that they had years ago, public. We still got the link. This is the same conversation they had years ago. Older women can't have babies, despite my wife being 40, black woman, and just had a baby. Right? Healthy baby. But at the end of the day, the thing is these men just like younger children. And I'm glad that you, outside of you and World Class and myself, nobody's calling these men out. Right? Don't worry about it. We're going to link this to Anton Daniels soon too. The more business he do with Team Claudio, Team Portugal, the more we're going to go back to this video and do more reactions.
Trick little boys of their intrinsic value, which then, they grow up to be men that don't have intrinsic value. And I was talking about how like women are born, they have intrinsic value the same way boys and children are born with intrinsic value. But again, we strip away the value from men and then we make them earn it back, right? By way of getting money or whatever, and feeding the capitalist machine. So anyways, I'm saying all that to them. And they start, talking about the value of women and how women have all this value and when women are at their peak value and all that stuff, which again is a weird thing to say. Just to me, it's just a strange thing to think of, because you should be valuable until the day you die, right? And
there's no argument. There's no argument that they can make that a woman is at her peak value at 18 when she's not even a true woman yet. She's on the cusp of womanhood.
She still has to travel her journey.
She still has to grow.
Yeah, she has to grow.
She's not a fucking grown woman who is at the peak of her fucking womanhood simply because she can have a baby, nigga. There's been 11, 12-year-old children that's had babies. What you gonna say? Because they had a baby, they're at the peak of their womanhood, literally in the middle of their adolescence, literally. But again, you're talking to men, right? Who just want to make money off here. These are men who don't get women. These are men who don't have no skills, no talent, no education. So they need YouTube just like Daddy Anton do. Daddy Anton lose on YouTube. He go back to being broke, being with the woman that he don't really want. But again, let's not talk about Anton. Let's stay focused on the fact that these men like children. And then repeat Team Portugal saying that he like 12-year-old girls, and if it was legal, he'll fuck on one. Child.
Depending on your legacy. But when we have these discussions, these men always say the same, they come up, they approach it from the same perspective of like, child rearing, whatever the case may be. That's how they conveniently try to frame it as this like biological, it's a biological discussion now. Now it's like, oh, when can you have babies? Well, that must mean when you're at your most valuable. And I'm like, no. Also, during those years, you're not the most mature. You're not the most developed. You don't have the wealth of knowledge that a 60-year-old woman has. You know what I mean? So how are you more valuable then than you are at 60 years old? I don't understand. But anyways, but essentially though, it is because these men are just trying to rationalize their attraction to children.
Ask your average man to describe his ideal woman and watch him describe a child. I know that's icky, but stick with me because this one's going to make you think. American and Western culture socializes men to be attracted to children. Men describe their ideal women as thin, very petite, soft-spoken, hairless, submissive. They praise natural beauty, but only if it looks young, and the younger the better. We shame women's body for maturing, having curves, body hair, or visible labia, which grow during puberty. Because apparently if your body looks like it's gone through puberty, that's too much for men. Our beauty standards are rooted in the idea that the ideal woman stays small, obedient, and unthreatening. In other words, childlike. The goal is to keep women in a place that they're easy to control, easy to manipulate, and easy to silence. These aren't markers of womanhood. These are traits of girlhood. We're told it's feminine, but it's not femininity. It's infantilization. It's not about what's considered attractive. It's about building a version of womanhood that's permanently stuck in girlhood, emotionally, physically, and socially. Not fully grown, and also not fully free. It's not about attraction, it's about power, because if the beauty standard is a girl who's petite, whose body shows no signs of puberty, and who's quiet and doesn't take up space, then grown women with grown women bodies who also have voices, needs, and boundaries become a problem. If the ideal woman sounds more like a well-behaved daughter than an equal partner, that's not about preference. That's patriarchy.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is, right? How can you argue with that? That's what it is. And they try.
She's right, because at the end of the day, the men don't care about whether she's fully developed, whether she's scientifically developed. They just care if she has enough body mass, enough energy to create a baby. They don't really give a fuck about nothing else. And you can't make an argument that she's at the peak of her career if she can have a baby, because women are having babies in their 50s and 40s. So you have to choose an argument.
Also, we cannot make an argument when we know that statistics show in 2025 that teenage pregnancy is down, and women, the people that are leading the charge and having babies, are 40 and up.
I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, I'm distracted. I don't have no stats to back that up, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Because a lot of women are not having babies at a young age. That's just what it is. But let's go.
The most insidious thing about this discussion is they try to repackage it and reframe it as a biological discussion. Like, men are just attracted to wide hips. Men are just attracted to... No.
Again, there's plenty of women like my wife that has small hips, you know what I'm saying, that's in shape. The thing is they don't have the ability to attract beautiful women that's in their 40s, because, I mean, Claudio is literally round and fat. A lot of women don't like fat boys, but there are women that do, right? You got to get in where you can fit in. But they've always tried to have this conversation like it was a biological one when it never was. It was always a predatory one. That's just what it is. I'm just making sure that you see it, public. All right, I'm gonna watch your video. I want to respond to the things you said. Then I'm gonna get back to what them boys said about liking 12-year-old girls.
No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is at all. everything she's saying is 100% true, and I could even go a little bit further. The reason why what she's saying is true, and the reason why I know it is like it's exactly what she was saying, the idea of like controlling women and things of that nature. The reason why I know that to be true is because men, like I said this yesterday, but I'm 43 years old. I'm a grown man. I already have kids, right? I have zero interest in having another kid, whether I was with my wife or not. At this point in time of my life, I do not want to have another kid. I don't want to have another kid.
I ain't gonna lie, that's cool and all, but I want to get to the clip now.
Structure, power. We have to acquire those
30-year-old women. I'm like, yeah, you're a pedo. Like you're like you just like little girls. That's what it is, right?
money, resources, infrastructure, power. We have to acquire those things. Security. Security is part of protection. A woman's intrinsic nature is to feel protected on many facets, and money is part of that protection. So women are born intrinsically valuable, like he said. Men, we have to earn our value. See, the thing that men want out of women, youth, beauty, nurturing, they're born with that. But
a child. He's just...
All right, hold on. How you want to get married to a woman and have a life with her, but you only give a fuck about her? That's how we know y'all not really looking for wives. You're not really trying to actually have a wife and grow old with her and have a family. What's gonna happen when you have grandchildren? Oh, I got rid of your grandma. Here go your 20-year-old grandma. You're gonna look like a goofy. You're gonna not be respected. Right? Let's just call it fact of fact. On top of that, public offender might not know y'all, but we do. Jada Bell podcast, white woman trying to be a black woman. Baby mama that got married after she had a baby. Ali, a Turkish man, acting like posing as a black man. A Turkish man that don't take care of his children. A Turkish man that's not caught up in the Turkish culture and the Turkish religion, which is Islam. Right? He's fucking before marriage. Don't get me started, but public, don't worry about it. I'm not going to put in this video. I'm going to tag you in the second one. We got Ali talking about deleting his own baby. Oh, I wanted my baby mama to delete it because I wasn't ready to be a daddy. But it's a problem when these black women don't want to have a kid and they don't want to be a mom, right? Public. Until you respond to me, and you don't got to, it's not a threat. I'm going to continue to show you these clips to show you who you getting in the bed with as far as content, you know what I'm saying, goes. You hanging around pedos, does that make you want to? Would you hang around niggas that like little girls in real life? That's not no diss. That's me asking you. Or is it beneficial to be around these niggas because they got a tie to Anton? Let it be known.
Youth, beauty, youth and beauty are synonymous with. He's describing a child off the bat.
Things that women typically want from men: money, resources, infrastructure, power. We have to acquire those.
If you niggas don't have no power, infrastructure is crazy. You niggas have no infrastructure. I mean, that's literally ridiculous. Not to mention, I thought that y'all said that black women out here having babies by Pookies and Ray Rays. But now they all require money, structure, infrastructure, all kind of shit. Meanwhile, Jay Prince don't have a fucking roof over his head. Got 3 babies by 3 different women. Are we gonna just keep lying? One day is these women will smash a brokey for free as long as he a thug. You know, those are niggas that got beat up by us in high school. As long as he was a thug, pants sagging, she was going. But us nerdy guys who was getting good grades, we couldn't get no pussy. Okay, bro. Niggas is clearly bitter from high school, and now they still want high schoolers. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Things. It takes time. Women are born at the mountaintops and judged by how far they fall.
What?
Women are born at the mountaintops.
Women are born at the mountaintops? So you think that Jesus is making certain babies, specifically female-born children, more valuable than male-born children? I don't even understand the fuck you mean by that, by you saying women are born at the mountaintop. You got it, dog.
And judged by how far they fall. Men are born at the bottom of the mountain and are judged by how high up they can climb. We peak at 2 different times.
What the fuck are you talking about? And if you're born at the bottom, isn't that your father's fault? I thought your daddy was the leader. So if you're born at the bottom, your daddy wasn't doing shit. What the fuck was he doing? He was just, so hold on. I thought that the women needed infrastructure, money, and power just to want some dick. But meanwhile, your bum ass daddy left you, right, with nothing at the very bottom. You see what I'm saying? You see how y'all thoughts don't correlate? Because if women only had sex with niggas that had money, power, and infrastructure, you would have money, power, infrastructure when you're born. But you have nothing, right? Which means she was fucking your daddy when he had nothing.
Right. I mean, she was sleeping with your father when he was broke. That means you wouldn't exist then. If women only wanted men with money, your father had no money. If you were at the bottom when you was born,
it can't be both ways.
It can't be both. Like
it can't be one day. Oh yeah, these women, they only want niggas with a certain amount of money, swag, etc., etc. The next day, I'm born at the bottom. You think that Barron Trump, who father has infrastructure, who father has money, who father has power, feel like he's born at the bottom? Oh, because he's white? That's cool. You think Blue Ivy, who father has infrastructure, who father has money, who father has power, you think she feel like she's born at the bottom? Y'all niggas is goofy, bro.
Times. Between 18 and 28, a woman is at her peak. She's at her peak. She has 8 and are judged by how high up they can climb. We peak at 2 different times. Between 18 and 28, a woman is at her peak. She's at her peak.
Yeah, what the fuck are y'all niggas talking about? No science to back this up. Just say that's when, in y'all opinions, women look the best. When they're the youngest, when they're going the most, when they all just throwing ass, having fun. Y'all want to take advantage of that. Because the older women get, the more they don't want to tolerate bullshit. The more they say, you know what, let me put a gate on this coochie for a while. These niggas don't deserve me no more. Let's just keep it 100. You can't. It's a difference when you going to the bar with a 21-year-old buying a whole bunch of drinks. She gonna get real excited. 30-year-old, 40-year-old woman gonna sing. This is a daily average. And this ain't nothing. This ain't nothing.
This is nothing. It doesn't impress me if a man wants to buy me.
But I took you to Benihana's. Got you all this.
I can afford Benihana's on my
I just did this yesterday, literally.
Yeah.
You're not impressing them, so y'all gotta go with the young ones, and that's a predator type statement. Let's go.
Excuse me? Between the ages of 18 and 28, a woman is at her peak. This man on this very live said that he had like a 24-year-old kid and a 19-year-old, and then he got like a little baby now. You got a 24-year-old child and a 19-year-old, and you talking about women are at their.
And if he had a 24-year-old daughter, I don't know, because they always get mad when I talk about people grown ass kids. He'd be mad if somebody his age was fucking on his 24-year-old daughter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or even older than him.
Oh yeah. But I said at his age. I'm talking about that look like him and think like him. She gonna get face fucked, all of that shit.
Yeah. You want that for your 24-year-old?
Is that what? Yeah. Cause she in her prime, nigga. In her prime to do what?
She got 4 years left.
Her prime to do what? To throw ass and cause how do you make babies? Your daughter was fucking then, right? Oh, but you don't want that for her. That's the hypocrisy in y'all bandage, bro. And then stop bringing these biracials up there like the Jada Bill podcast, who in real life, she wouldn't throw none of y'all no pussy. I'm getting tired of y'all bringing these pygmies up here that if all y'all niggas was single, specifically Ali in Portugal, bro, I promise you, she might get Ali a chance. Maybe. But Ali problem isn't his looks or his money. It's his attitude. Once Ali start talking, pussy walk away from him.
Once he opens his mouth, it's over.
How you in Turkey wearing Chicago Bulls hats?
They don't wear.
Embrace your culture, dog.
Yeah. weird.
Here, let me finish the video. We gotta leave in 15
Peak
minutes.
at 18 to 28.
Has a guy that'll take her out for dinner, one that'll take her on a trip, one that'll come keep her company, one that'll walk her dog and wash her car because she's at her peak. Men, we typically don't reach our peak till later in life because it takes time to acquire money. It takes time to acquire those resources to mature. So our late 30s, 40s, we at our peak. Now she wants to settle down. Oh, even when they're in their 40s and 50s, they still immature. No, he's not. He at his peak. When you was at yours, you played the field. He didn't reach his peak to 40s. It's his prerogative to play the field. But as women get older in a sexual marketplace value, unless you're married, your age is working against you. You start to...
Y'all niggas crazy.
I think if his peak is at 40, then why would she want him?
The manosphere really ruined these niggas. No bullshit.
It don't make any sense. If you're telling me that he reaches his peak at 40, then why would she be with him during like those other years? Like what? I don't. Yeah. Okay.
For one, let's keep it 1,000. If black men are reaching a peak at 40, then why is it the fact that black men are still the brokest niggas in America? So what is peak?
I was just gonna say,
are you niggas becoming politicians?
Like, yeah, what's happening?
Oh, it take you niggas until 40 years old to be able to basically take care of yourself. I got a house, aka an apartment, like the nigga live in now. I got an old ass car, right? Old ass car that required maintenance every 6-7 months. And I got a basic ass job, no education. I'm at my peak. Why? Because you finally had the ability to take care of your fucking self.
I don't know. And you can pull a young girl. I don't know. Young ladies.
But it's not even about that. He talking about money. I had to wait so long. So what was you doing up until then? Was you a broke nigga all those years?
And was you not getting the JJ in all those
years?
Yeah,
because I know young dudes that's not selling dope that got brand new cars. That's in college doing their thing. Like I told you, I might be 30, but when I met Nate, that nigga was 17. He had a brand new truck and everything. He was working. And I nigga own a whole fucking construction company. He not sitting. You think they gonna say, if I call him today, hey bro, I know you only 26. You still broke, you not in your peak yet, right? You still gotta live in your mama couch. He'll say, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? I got like 4 houses, bro. It's like my 4th car. You know this. And they don't have to rely on money because nigga 6'9". Natural gifts that was come from God that these boys don't have. That's just what it is. That's why they mad at women like this. Let me keep going, man. Gotta get out of here.
To lose your aesthetic patina, if you will. So I don't want to say they're cooked, especially if they redefine what they're looking for. They lower some of their expectations and they kind of become pliable on some of their non-negotiables. Then they have a chance at pair bonding with a man. But we all know typically women date up. They love to date up. They can't stand a man that's beneath them. They don't respect a man that's eye level, and they revere and they have complete adulation for a man that's above them. And every day over 30, you're losing your patina, and it's going to become harder and harder for you to acquire that guy that's 3, 4, 5.
I'm pretty sure he's using the word patina wrong, but I could be wrong about that. My definition don't align with that. Maybe is, I don't know. But anyways, 30 years old, huh? So
hold on. Before you address all that shit, women don't look eye to eye with men no more. So short niggas not getting no coochie.
I was just gonna say that. So
short white males not getting no coochie, huh?
Right. Like,
okay. Short black men not getting no coochie.
Because Bully Juice is married, right?
Bully Juice to beat up every nigga on this panel.
Yeah, and he's short. He's not a tall guy. Yeah,
no, he bought my height.
Yeah. Like, what?
The baby not getting no coochie? Oh, my bad. The baby had to wait till he get rich to get coochie. No. Okay.
It don't even make any sense. I mean, like, if that's the case, then only 6 foot men of that height would be married. There would be nobody. That means every other man would be not married. Like
Fatty and Ali both over 6 feet,
like,
and they still complain about women on a daily basis.
Then what's the excuse for the guys that are 6 feet that don't have women? Because I'm just saying, like, what's the excuse then? Like, what's the reason?
It's so many of them boys, it made no sense.
It's a lot of tall men that don't have women.
You seen a dude that was complaining on Tasha K channel? I'll get to that later. Because I'm gonna do a part 2 on this video to get him and Cooley part. Yeah, because we about to. I'm gonna end this video by saying this, man. You dudes don't know women, and part of the reasons why you dudes don't know women is because you niggas like children. I'm going to end it by showing y'all the clip once again.
Either way.
This is a good question.
No, that is a good question. That is a good question.
This question is for you, Fatty. If the legal age of consent was 12,
Yes, they would.
In a 12-year-old.
Absolutely.
Widows.
Age of consent was 12.
Yes, they would.
In a 12-year-old.
Absolutely.
Widows.
This is a good question.
No, that is a good question. That is a good question. That is a
This
good question.
question is for you, Fatty. If the legal age of consent was 12,
Yes, they would.
In a 12-year-old.
Absolutely.
Widows.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So
Hide your kids, hide your wives.